Okay, guys, I want to talk to you guys about like slut shaming, sluts, whatever. Okay, first of all, I'm not even a slut, but I may somehow fit in the definition of the so-called slut. But most of the time, slut and hoe isn't even a real thing. This is just like it's just labels that people put on other women and feminine people to shame them and to justify violence and and anger onto them. Okay, most of the time people who get called sluts and hoes aren't even sluts and hoes. Like, it's just people who show more skin or express their sexuality more, but that doesn't mean they're going out having sex with the whole town. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean they're having sex with everyone. That doesn't mean they're out there spreading AIDS and STDs. Like, people are really like, their imagination is like going wild over people who don't even do that. Like for me, I don't really be dating anybody. I don't really be having sex with anyone. And I think sex is art, and that's how I express myself. Okay, um, I'm not out there having sex with everyone. Um, and it's just like I've turned down a lot of guys that wants a little quickie sex thing that they want from me. I turn a lot of guys down, like a lot of women do, but everyone thinks like, oh, like once you get that chance, you're gonna go and do that. But no, it's not. Like, people are so crazy. And like, just most of the time, there's no such thing as a slut or a hoe. Why are you giving people labels? Like even people are like, a lot of people are like, no labels. I don't believe in labels. I can't be defined. But then one minute they're like, that bitch is a slut. That bitch is a hoe. And it's just like, really? Like, I rap and I view that as an art. That's a way of me expressing myself that is different and kind of like a drag queen persona, like a fantasy. So it's not really real life. I've had sexual experiences back then, but that was like, oh my god, like 9, 10 months ago. Like I'm matured as a person, and I really didn't need to have sex with all these people, especially because I can get STDs and HIV, and how these guys be lying and stuff, and it's just not good for my mental health. Like, one night stands isn't good for most people. Um, or people who, relationships is not good. It's usually friends for benefits doesn't really work out in a healthy way. Um, Especially someone who is the type of person who's emotional and wants a real friendship or relationship. Um, so that's just how I feel. I don't do that stuff. Like, but people are always gonna, assume and think and all kinds of stuff, and it's just like, okay. Like, people really act like I be spreading HIV and like all kinds of things and having sex. And it's really not the case. Like I'm fascinated with the human body. I'm fascinated with culture and LGBT and like awareness, sex education. I don't even know why I like saying this. I don't even know why, because I don't even have sex. But like, I still talk about those things, And I think it's funny to talk about. Like, I don't, it's better than just having serious conversations all the time. And sometimes I just don't want to be serious. Um, and sometimes people are like thinking like, just because I don't want anything serious does not make me any less of a person. If I want to go out dating with other people or talking to other guys and not being committed with them, that's my prerogative. I don't have to be serious or give myself up so fast or be in love with somebody and try to be serious with somebody who doesn't love me or into me. So, whenever I want to be serious, that's my that's just my whenever I want to be serious is my choice whether I want to or not. And you know, it's just crazy. I know lots of guys and it's really not acceptable. It's really a bad thing to do, and we should really discuss this on how guys just love putting their anger out on other girls, especially those that are promiscuous or actually hoes, kind of like the more traditional um definition of a hoe, someone who has sex for money. Like, especially those kind of people who have sex for money, they really need to stop putting their anger out on them and killing them and abusing them. And men need to stop doing that. And us women and feminine people and transgender people really need to talk about that stuff, because why, they're people too, but you're making excuses. They dehumanize these women so that they can push forth this agenda of putting hate towards other people and other women. And this is what I want to talk about. I don't really consider myself a slut um or a hoe, and I call myself promiscuous, but not really. There's a broad term for that. Anyone can be promiscuous. Anyone. Most people are kind of promiscuous. Sometimes they just suppress it. And also another thing I want to say is that I don't want to be filled with these Christian terms. Okay, I'm not Christian. I don't have to bow down to anyone and just restrict myself and my sexuality. I don't have to do that. I don't want to do it. Okay, that doesn't mean I'm a bad, horrible person. And that's another thing with Christianity and people who are Christian. They think people who don't follow their religion are just horrible people. Like, they're like evil people. Like, no, just because someone doesn't follow Christianity does not mean that they're bad people who want to terrorize everyone and cause disease and pain. And this is not how it really works. In real life, there's different people, many different people, and that doesn't mean that they're bad. There's good and bad people everywhere. There's good and bad Christians, good and bad people everywhere. Okay? So yeah, and a lot of things, I like to free my mind, as in, how would I live my life? How would I talk? How would I express myself in an uncolonized Christianity based restrictions, without those Christianity and colonized restrictions about my identity as a black person and a queer person and a transgender person. I was confused. I kind of identify as gay too. I know I'm politically correct a little bit, but I consider myself a gay woman. Because that's also part of my gender fluid, a gay woman. So and I've also lived in the gay lifestyle. So that's why I consider myself gay instead of just an average half man, half woman kind of thing. So that's why I'm into gay men too. So that's why I consider myself a gay woman. But and what's her name? Olivia Severa, whatever her name, one of the first trans woman activists. She actually said that she sometimes identifies as being a gay woman. So I kind of took that on, and I agreed with that because that's how I felt. And yeah, being just be it's just good to be unapologetically you. Doesn't matter how many people get uncomfortable with it. Doesn't matter how many people are turned off about it. Just be yourself. I'm gonna be myself whenever and however I want, and that doesn't make me a slut or a hoe. And it makes me a strong person. And yeah. So, peace, guys. Tell me what you guys think. Does it resonate with you? Okay. All right, bye.